Hi everyone, today we are here to present about chapter 2 trigonometry from engineering mathematics. First, I introduce myself. My name is Saran Raj and my group members Nur Yusuf, Ali Kikwan, Amal Akban and Ayul Aras. What is trigonometry? Trigonometry is one of the most important branches in mathematics that find huge application in diverse fields. The branch called trigonometry basically deals with the study of the relationship between the sides and the angles of the right angle triangle, and it helps to find the missing or unknown angle or sides of a right angle triangle using the trigonometry formulas, functions, or trigonometry identities. In trigonometry, the angles can be either measured in degrees or radian. Some of the most commonly used trigonometry angles for calculation are 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. Trigonometry is further classified into two sub-branches. The two different types of trigonometry are plane trigonometry, spherical trigonometry. What are the six basic trigonometry functions? There are six trigonometry functions which are sine function, cosine function, tan function, secant function, cotangent function, cosec function.
Hello everyone, I'm Muhammad Yusuf, and as for today, I'm going to explain to you about sine of trigonometric function. As we all know, there's three basic trigonometric function sine exist. For example, sine, tangent, and cosine. In the first quadrant, all sine is considered as positive value, and in the second quadrant, only sine considered as positive value. Meanwhile, the third quadrant, only tangent considered as positive value, and finally, in the fourth quadrant, only cosine considered as positive value. As for quick note, I've made a simple I would say combination of words for us all to remember this concept better. All schools teachers competent. For each word, is represent for respective quadrant. As for all in the first quadrant, all the values in the first quadrant is considered as positive. Meanwhile, for the second quadrant, I use school for represent sign in the second quadrant where only sign considered as positive value. Meanwhile, in the third quadrant, I use word teacher as teacher and tangent use the word T in the front. And only tangent in the third quadrant considered as positive value. And finally, in the fourth quadrant, I use word competent to remind us, and in the fourth quadrant, only cosine considered as positive value. Let's go to the next point. Trigonometry function graphs. As for trigonometric graphs, there is six variants of it, where it can come from various form, but for now we're going to use the basics, only the basics. As for the sign for trigonometry for sines, right? It's always start from 0 and rise to a certain limit and reach 0 again and to the negative value. Meanwhile, for cos graph, it will be start from positive value and come down to 0 value, to the negative value, and finally up to 0 again. Meanwhile, tangent and cotangent graph can be a little bit, I would say, confusing or a little bit hard for us to understand, but it's okay. And I guess that's all from me. Let us, my friend, explain about this topic furthermore. Thank you.
Trigonometry basic. The three basic functions in trigonometry: sin, cosine, and tangent. Based on the three functions, the other three functions that are contingent, secant, and cosecant are derived. All the trigonometrical concepts are based on the function. Hence, to understand trigonometry, further we need to learn these functions and their respective formula at first. If theta is the angle in a right angle triangle, then sin theta equal perpendicular over hypotenuse. Cos theta equal base over hypotenuse. Tan theta equal perpendicular over base. Perpendicular is the side opposite to the angle theta. To base is the adjacent side to the angle theta. The hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. The other three functions, example, cot, sec, and cosec, depend on tan, cos, and sin, respectively, such as cot theta equal 1 over tan theta. Sec theta equal 1 over cos theta. Cosec theta equal 1 over sin theta. Hence, cot theta equal base over perpendicular. Sec theta equal hypotenuse over base. Cosec theta equal hypotenuse over perpendicular. Thank you.
Trigonometry problems and solutions. Example 1. Rakesh and Vishal start climbing a pyramid-shaped hill. Rakesh climbs 315 m and finds that the angle of depression is 72.3 degrees from his starting point. How high is he from the ground? Solution: let m is the height above the ground. So sekarang apa kita nak cari ialah nilai m. So sin 72.3 sama dengan m per 315. So bila kita tekan sin 72.3, kita akan dapat 0.953. So 0.953 sama dengan m per 315. So bila pindah-pindahkan, m sama dengan 315 darab dengan 0.953. So jawapan kita akan dapat m sama dengan 300.195. Example 2. A man is observing a pole of height 55 foot. According to his measurement, pole casts a 23 feet long shadow. Can you help him to know the angle of elevation of the sun from the tip of shadow? Okay, so tan X sama dengan 55 per 23. So 55 per 23 kita dapat 2.391. Tan X sama dengan 2.391. So pindah-pindahkan, X sama dengan shift tan 2.391. So kita akan dapat jawapannya ialah X sama dengan 67.30.
My name is Ahmad Lokman and now I will talk about conclusion. The first conclusion is we realize that trigonometry can be used in many areas such as astronaut and architecture. They can aid in calculating many things that can also be used in cars, desks, and benches. Without really climbing a tree, you can find the height easily with trigonometry. They can be so widely used in real life application and is very useful for more architects and astronomers. Second conclusion is we can calculate that without trigonometry, life will be much more difficult without going through the troubles. You can easily find something, so we think that this was a good invention by Archimedes. And thank you to this many architect need not go through the trouble to calculate things, so it's really help in real life application and not only our tests and exam. So far this is our presentation for today. Thank you.